USA. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. Vikings taking on Gardner Minshew and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, everyone, Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They coming off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games.
Hold on. Okay.
While for the visiting Jaguars, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They are led out by their quarterback in his second season from Washington State, a former 6th-round pick in Gardner Minshew.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
You see Thompson's numbers from a week ago. 13 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the carry, Thompson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Thompson. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew.
Damn it.
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid throwing the football. 26 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions. Now he's just got to develop an extra target on the perimeter in order to get his numbers back to the previous levels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
First and 10 on the 35-yard line.
Cousins to throw it. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Go look out the window now.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
C.J. Henderson.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Vikings 3, Jaguars nothing.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
On the ground, it's Thompson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored.
No! I didn't want to push it to that! Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, I meant to... I'm not thinking straight today. What is wrong with me today?
Quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 2nd down, Cousins again, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
2nd and 5 at the 24-yard line.
From the gun, Minshew to throw.
That was almost
incomplete. A lot of force down on it there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Minshew sets to throw. And Eifert has it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. James Robinson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one from that position again? I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Cousins. Always able to
come on, defense.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. I think it's 17 on that one and another 1st down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll throw again. Cousins.
Oh, come on.
Defense holds serve. 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complimentary football. because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Third down. It's Thompson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Oh.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out
wow,
there.
just making sure you guys can hear me. What?
Here's Minshew.
And alright, well, we'll just take the sack. No big deal.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Vikings 3.
So, Joe, I'm barely winning, to be honest.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here.
I told you.
13. On the run, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
Looking to throw it. Minshew going deep for Eifert.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go.
A big play that time for Jacksonville. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
What?
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hold on, I'll call it timeout.
With a play clock
almost
down says let's take a timeout. They'll have 2.
All right, hold on. Let me change that real quick then. So should I do an X or should I do triangle?
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 2.
Why am I echoing?
Now Thompson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Chris Thompson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run.
Josh Lambo, the kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing his Cousins.
Good job.
Complete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receiver as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And a chance for us now to look at Tyler Eifert. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. Now Minshew. Short pass, Eifert on the receiving end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
There you go, Joe.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll run with Thompson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around. 1st down as well.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew.
That's fine. That's fine. Not going to really hurt him that much.
Can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up. And
there you go, Joe. I'm winning.
Dalvin Cook taking the field.
You know what the score is?
Next possession. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to look at the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Hello.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's
I said, you know what the score is? 17-3.
These guys have definitely been out kidding the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a little bit of space there for Cook that time.
Guess so.
He winds up getting about 7 there on first down. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Cousins able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. He was taken down by Cassius Marsh.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it's 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Throwing, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful at getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And gearing up for another drive, Tyler Eifert trots back onto the field. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively? defensively.
It really changes what you're trying to do because defensively you're worried more about the wideouts. Okay, how are we going to cover them? The running backs, how are you going to shut them down? But the tight end is that elusive, unique player. Linebacker covering, cornerback covering, safety covering him. Always has the advantage. Usually has final answer.
And that's game.
Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, his 4th touchdown on the year.
Damn, that Vikings defense is all over the freaking place. My God.
There's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour. And the lead is up to 18 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Josh Lambo, the kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Joe.
Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route.
Joe.
Ball to him.
I said just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A first down throw for Cousins. And that's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
This one brought in by Jefferson. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. To the air again, it's Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10.
And of course, they got the little touchdown.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's week 13. So let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Phillip Rivers has thrown a touchdown there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
What goes?
To throw, Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got
And there's a freaking ball. What? Are you kidding me?
They're the ones that need to touch the ball.
That's
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And that is incomplete here.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. From the gun, here's Cousins. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
The Gardner Minshew and the Jags ready to go on offense once again. And he's been effective and they're winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well. But how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent. And, of course, the guys catching the ball have provided some highlight reels themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always just one man. He's been good, but you got the guys catching the ball, too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy. Everything working together really well. And right now, he's the focal point of it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss.
Where's the pass interference for that? What? Wow.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The Vikings head out to take over once again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 29, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
10 of the 44-yard line.
As they run the option here on 1st and 10. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Jags grab it. The 20, 10, and he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score.
Oh, they're going to...
The offense, they've had some sloppy...
And they're going to do a booth review.
On that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
It's going to come down to a booth review. I already know it. Wow, no. So, Joe, guess what?
And the lead is up to 15 now. So not only the
Joe,
but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way.
By the way, Kirk Cousins just fumbled, and we took it to the house. So we're winning 31-16.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
I can't help that. If I'm going to take it to the house, I'm going to take it.
Be brought out. It's a touchback. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there, 1st down.
39-yard line.
Cook. about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On play action, Cousins. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Here's Madison running on 1st down. Pretty move. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
It's a big place in the passing game on this drive. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They try again with Cook. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. Oh, he breaks another.
Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier. Brought down just shy of the goal line.
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on it.
It's Cook.
Come on, defense, really?
Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On 1st down, it's Thompson, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Vikings' 47-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Minshew, and that's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the
and I didn't give them the house number.
And all of a sudden, you got a battle on your
Which
hands.
that pisses me.
Yes, I know. But I'm trying to...
Okay.
Normally, you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Oh, you should have intercepted that.
He was looking for Trey Quinn that time, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Quinn, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
To throw is Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Who's
And as they
downstairs?
come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Unless there's
13
something I don't
yards
know about.
remaining on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he slips up past
Come
the
on, guys.
45
Freaking
before
intercept
being tackled.
that.
16 yards, a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this one possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver
Freaking,
right there.
are they cooking down there?
So no grounding call.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 34. Here's the 7th play of this drive.
The heat
This
is
is
rising
3rd and 4.
from downstairs. They have heaters on also.
Cousins again.
And down goes Cousins.
Down he goes. Josh Allen. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you.
And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run with Thompson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
This is Thompson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Thompson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. You can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown.
The kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing is Cousins. Got a man, that's Quinn. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
48-yard line.
Play fake, Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. First down, here's Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And that will be incomplete as well.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now on 2nd and 13. Minshew complete to the right side. It's Eifert. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 3rd down, Thompson, and he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches and how to rely on a running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They run it here with Thompson. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down, it's Thompson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Why not? Give him some playtime.
You just want to hear them fucking complain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well.
What's up, bomb troll?
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun is Minshew.
Oh, wow.
That is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to
Not
come out
much.
quicker. Because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Call that a very strong gain of 20.
Sometimes.
4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think
think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back.
Yes.
Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And that's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
42-yard line.
Now Cousins. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 9
That's
there
not too
on the
bad.
first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd and short.
3rd down and 1.
Again, it's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And they're going to go
third
for
down.
it.
I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Cousins now to throw on 1st down.
Good job.
It's incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Play action now. Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know many people.
Come on, defense. Watch the guys.
Everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play.
Yes,
drive.
I'm going
That
to.
would eat up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't
I know.
get it, 3 timeouts. If they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll run on 1st down. Thompson. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake.
Yeah,
sure.
Without a doubt. Because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball.
Oh, my God.
When you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball in additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
On 3rd down,
That's a first. Thank you.
Have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50
I'm going to force them to use a
seconds
timeout.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
No, because I'm going to run one more play.
On the carry, Thompson. And this will leave him a yard short.
That's exactly what I was waiting for. Thank you.
On first down. The Vikings going to use their third and final.
Yes, that's what I was waiting
as
for.
they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous
Well, I'll just
play,
sit here
getting
while
one
this is
more
done.
yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, I know.
Minshew down to the knee, victory formation, and that should be just about it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
There we go. That's that.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
Hey, that helps the Jacksonville Jaguars, though.
One they can hang their hat on. So for the Jags, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the